prelude. Mr. Sniggs, the junior dean, and Mr. Postlethwaite, the domestic bursar, sat alone in Mr. Sniggs' room overlooking the garden quad at Scone College. From the rooms of Sir Alister Digby Vane Trumpington, 2 staircases away, came a confused roaring and breaking of glass. They alone of the senior members of Scone were at home that evening, for it was the night of the annual dinner of the Bollinger Club. The others were all scattered over Boar's Hill and North Oxford at gay, contentious little parties, or at other senior common rooms, or at the meetings of learned societies, for the annual Bollinger dinner is a difficult time for those in authority. It is not accurate to call this an annual event, because quite often the club is suspended for some years after each meeting. There is tradition behind the Bollinger. It numbers reigning kings among its past members. At the last dinner, 3 years ago, a fox had been brought in a cage and stoned to death with champagne bottles. What an evening that had been! This was the first meeting since then, and from all over Europe old members had rallied for the occasion. For 2 days they had been pouring into Oxford, epileptic royalty from their villas of exile, uncouth peers from crumbling country seats, smooth young men of uncertain tastes from embassies and legations, illiterate lairds from wet granite hovels in the Highlands, ambitious young barristers and conservative candidates, torn from the London season and the indelicate advances of debutantes. All that was most sonorous of name and title was there for the Beano. "The fines," said Mr. Sniggs, gently rubbing his pipe along the side of his nose. "Oh, my, the fines there'll be after this evening." There is some highly prized port in the senior common room cellars that is only brought up when the college fines have reached £50. "We shall have a week of it at least," said Mr. Postlethwaite. "A week of Founder's Port." A shriller note could now be heard rising from Sir Alister's rooms. Any who have heard that sound will shrink at the recollection of it. It is the sound of the English county families baying for broken glass. Soon they would all be tumbling out into the quad, crimson and roaring in their bottle-green evening coats for the real romp of the evening. "Don't you think it might be wiser if we turned out the light?" said Mr. Sniggs. In darkness the 2 dons crept to the window. The quad below was a kaleidoscope of dimly discernible faces. "There must be 50 of them at least," said Mr. Postlethwaite. "If only they were all members of the college. 50 of them at £10 each. Oh, my!" "It'll be more if they attack the chapel," said Mr. Sniggs. "Oh, please, God, make them attack the chapel." "I wonder who the unpopular graduates are this term. They always attack their rooms. I hope they've been wise enough to go out for the evening. I think Partridge will be one. He possesses